Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, we were heading off, finally, at long last, to the Twin Elms, where supposedly we're going to continue Haravius's quests. I think. Could. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows at this point. Quests galore. Follow the local fool. I just send escort. Get him out of my goddamn hair. Auto resolve. Don't receive any income from taxes until it's paid. Oh no. Estramor still.
Hail, Estramor.
Warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city. The 6 tribes at Glafan welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estramor. Estramoran? What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfathans, as it is the place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Glafan where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts. Hearthsong, the Commons district. Old Song, the site of our temples. Elmsreach, home of Delemgun and Druids. And the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. Oh boy. I'd like to hear about Hearthsong. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where Glenfathans and Estramorn may gather together. It's also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Adam Fatha, meet. He points to a large, round building at the other end of the district. That way is the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glenfathan. And if you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find the way to the Celestial Sapling. Which temple lies in Old Song? There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergand. Rimmergand? God damn it. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not long ago to oversee it. There's also the Nest, a temple of Hylia, and the Galawain's Maw, a den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to the Burial Isle also lies that way. What about Elmsreach? There lies Tir Evron, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delemgan sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Anamfath Samok of 3 tusked Stelgar is there now. Elmsreach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Grove and the Ithic Knoll of Bloodsands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifice of Ithic Knoll, but High Ovate Irona is just as powerful in her own way. My watcher friend, Haravius pipes up from behind you. I would be honored to accompany you to the Elmsreach to meet those druids, though I'm a bit wary of any circle with a reputation for brutal sacrifices. Yeah, that's right. You need to go that way for your quest. What about Burial Isle? It is a place where Amathatha are laid to rest among stones placed by the Builders. They say the souls of some of the Adam Fatha linger there still. The way lies through Old Song, as the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. Why is it forbidden to enter the remaining districts of Twin Elms? Twin Elms is a sacred city built where the first keepers of the stone met the Builders. It exists alongside the works of the Builders. It is the only place in all of Glenfath where it is permitted to set foot among those sacred places. The Estromorn, however, do not have proper respect for the stones here. Its words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly, the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamenthfath Bethwil is present in the passage of the Six today. She has her own troubles. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the district. I haven't heard of the Keepers of the Stone. The oldest of the 6 tribes. He points the tip of his sword at the long hut behind him. Up the stairs and into the passage of the 6. This is where Anamfatha gather. Bethwil, the Anamenfath of the Gilded Compass, can tell you more. Who are the builders? You know them as the Ingwithans. To us they are the builders, creators of the sacred places that we guard to this day. I'll keep your words in mind. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay has opened once more. Hey.
Never been out this way before. Hard to believe it's the same country.
Now we just got here, but I got a bounty. I'll make it quick. Just right into Copper Lane. Get into Copper Lane, slay a vampire. Return home, come back, have a cup of tea, see what Hiravius has to say about doing things and stuff around the place. Man, it's oh, hello, assassins.
Ulu, then.
Oh god. That fox chunked that assassin. Well, I'm glad to see that we've left some sort of an impact. And then name everything, yep. All the assassins. Probably simply because we went and decided to say screw you to a certain particular group. Domain somethings or others. Alright. Now it's just a matter of trying to figure out where in this godforsaken catacombs the vampire is. Sorry, I can't help but think. Give me a second. Sorry, I just had to make sure I was getting names and whatnot right. So Solasta is one of my favorite freaking tabletop-based RPGs in recent years. And honestly, I prefer it over Pillars, but that's another story entirely. So here's my thing, though, is that instead of going the Solasta route of having the brood of like blood and filth and all that fun stuff, as they're called in that game, they change one letter. Like, the word vampire is not copywritten, folks. You could have just said vampire. Vampire. Sounds less like, oh, hello. Hey, there's Daroth. It sounds less like an actual, like, different species of vampire or a different change of the realms of vampire, and more like I don't know, some sort of nickname that someone would have come up from in what's the name of that show? The comedy one about vampires. What We Do in the Shadows, I think it was called. Well, that's one less bounty done. Ah, yes. Fine brigandine armor, a bunch of vessel flesh, a cape, some money, the head of Daroth remote, and a fish. Because of course, why not? Just random fish. Oh wait. Why does it randomly deselect some? I have not clicked anyone else in that goddamn sequence. Anyways. Alright, now we go back home. God, now I had to do myself dirty by looking up Solasta stuff. Now I'm like, man, I just want to play Solasta again. How would I play Solasta again to keep it relatively fresh, though? I mean, I could play one of the DLCs. Matter of fact, that was kind of a plan, is to mod the ever-loving crap out of it and play a DLC. I don't know. Maybe by the time that this Let's Play...
As beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
Yeah, pay that debt. I don't know. Maybe by the time this Let's Play is done, there'll be an update for Solasta. Or different mods for Solasta. I'm trying to think of what I was going to do for Solasta as of late, because one of the DLCs called The Lost Valley seems like it'd be up the alley of one Darius the Beast.
Greetings.
Well done, you've outdone the Ducal Palace. Mind, that's not terribly difficult. Anyways, here's your pay. Claim. Ah, here we are, let me see. Alright, more of them. There's some rangers causing trouble in the wilds. There's a Galen Dalgard slaver, not exactly popular around here. Then there's some kind of cult, looks like. And here's one I haven't seen in a while. Captain Maurumi, the pirate. Ranger Fomena has been waging a one-woman campaign of terror against travelers passing through wooded plains. Survivors report that she feeds her victims to a pack of wild animals that travel with her. A lot of folks would be glad to hear she's been dealt with. I'm not sure what to make of this one. Something about a murderous cult of druids led by Minpugra. Creature goes by Devwin, and it looks like she and her followers have set up in a cave in the North Weald. Pirate? Captain Muarumi. Mainly goes after Valian vessels, and his crew just made landfall at Anslog's Compass. Not sure how long he's planning on staying, but this is your chance to take him down before he sets sail again. Galen Dalgard. This one's got teeth. Galen Dalgard, the slaver. He and his friends have been spotted at Madeir Bridge. None of the local authorities are willing to touch him because he's got powerful connections back in Adir. But some nameless soul is willing to put coin down to see Galen breathes his last. Says it's personal. Well, guess what we're doing now? I know, making progress in the story, I know, but this is fun to me.
This place, as beautiful as it can be with the absence of...
I'm also just trying to think what the hell I would do for Solasta. One idea I had for the longest time was to go an evil party campaign. We're right next to the bridge, so let's take out that one first. Oh. What a push.
Show him how. I'll teach
Fucking
you
hell.
a lesson.
Did you all attack him? Listen, I know that he is but one person. Fine.
Words.
Why is the AI in this useless?
Show him how.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know why sometimes it just deselects half my characters. Ooh. Everyone in Bale Reach knew Girun as a grumpy old man with an inordinate fondness for beats and no patience for chit-chat. None knew him as the Idiran bruiser, whose own troubled past had forced him to seek a fresh start in the colonies. So when Endearan soldiers marched into Bale Reach at the start of the War of Defiance, it surprised everyone that when old Giram joined the village defenders with a shield and sword and went toe-to-toe with the Endearan forces, holding them back as well as any of his younger comrades. Sounds like a relatively upstanding guy. Yeah, seriously, half the time this game hurts me, it's mostly simply because suddenly my characters get deselected. And I can't do anything about it. Where was one of the next ones? The Eastern Wood? North Weald. Cave in the North Weald. The only cave I can think of is Valewood. Well, there's one over in Anslong's Compass, so let's deal with them next. Yeah, an evil campaign I crossed my idea when it comes to Salasa. See how that fares. But there's really only one party of evil characters that I was really thinking of, and the thing with that campaign is that it's doable, but I would want some sort of a half-decent tiefling. I specify tiefling despite the fact that he would have been a Diabli, because no one barely ever heard of Diabli for 5th edition, let alone actually made Diabli for 5th edition. What are Diabli? Diabli are basically the remnants. Individuals, the human equivalent in the Plane of Shadows, which is a place that is, if I recall correctly, nestled right between the plane of negative energy and the plane of nightmares? Ah, Rautai Raider. Ah, there's the captain. Bonk. Chunk him good. And please tell me he drops his fancy hat. I kind of want that fancy hat. There we go. There was... Huh. Yeah, last time I was here, I didn't find this. Leombo per casitas. So... Charismatic yet nefarious Velaine thief grew tired of stealing and decided to find a new way to entertain himself. He would get himself hired onto a ship and integrate himself with the crew. After a few voyages, he convinced the crew to mutiny, made sure to execute the captain with his own arquebus. Once the deed was done, he would abandon the crew to their fate as the next port and slip away, traveling to a new city to start the game again. I mean, that's kind of funny. Let's be honest here, that is kind of funny. A few miles north of Kindle Vale sits a tiny village. Venturing into the depths of the White Wreath well, Kana discovered that while the foundations of the well were made of living Adra, the source of the sounds were witches that had been dropped into the well by their mothers. In total, a dozen women from White Wreath and the surrounding woods had dropped their children into the well after they learned they would turn into witches. Some had died, but many survived the fall, living on small rodents and other creatures that wandered the ruined Iguithan tunnels under the well. Kana was forced to fight the aggressive witches, but eventually emerged and told the village what had transpired. Some of the mothers confessed that what they had done immediately. Others fled the village. In the end, no one had the desire to punish anyone for what had happened. What I get? Swaddling sheet. Grants recall agony once per rest. Reapplied over... Oof, that hurts. And overwhelming wave when hit by a critical hit. Ah, that's actually pretty cool. The stingy stained cloth was once used as a large swaddling sheet for an unfortunate hollowborn child that was dropped into the White Wreath village well. As it sat at the bottom of the well among the foundations of living Adra and clans of witches, it acquired strange powers. Well, that's not exactly the happiest of stories, but hey. Mild profit off of it. Yeah, I could definitely see about what I could do for... Because, man, I would love to play Solasa again. Wooden Plains. Yeah, I think I know where the last... what cave it's talking about in the Northweld? One second. Quick save. Gonna head up camp because people are starting to hurt. I want to say it's in the Valewood. This is where... I feel like I've been there already. Oh. Is it a cave in the Northwell or is it a base of operations? Give me a moment. Okay. Just another case of me being an idiot. Thinking I had been to the thing that I hadn't been already. Because of course. Alright. In which case, there's only one more of these. Being the wooden... Was it the wooden plains? Yes. What was that? Yeah. And then we go back to the place and then we do the thing. Yeah, I think when it comes to that evil campaign idea, the biggest hitch is going to be the Diabolus. Oh boy. Solmar the Shackler, slaver, has arrived requesting a prisoner to buy. He is nearly set upon by brigands, but your patrols intervene. Man, game, what makes you keep thinking that I want to let these idiots into my abode? In and or around my place. No, not here. Might just be up here then. Yeah, that's kind of a thing, a point of contention with some of the characters. Like Link, it was... I know I've talked about the evil campaign before in my D&D story stuff. Zilla's Link's character, and he's a little bit of a stickler of being able to make his character as his character. So, like, if he can make it a Diabli, he'd rather just make it a Diabli as opposed to just going, oh no, a Tiefling is fine. Because Diabli are not Tieflings. Besides that, Tiefling was, phrase thing. And, yeah. Prey was the thing. Oh, geez. Lions. Bears. That's a lot. How about calling down the thunder? God damn.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
Just goddamn, says I.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Sorry for Myra. But, y'all need to stop.
Sure.
I'm sure you have plentiful good amounts of reasons, but still, cease. The Reign of Godog Field. Accuracy, damage, speed. Alright. The Genfathan village of Godog was surrounded by wooded plains that became a key battleground during the War of Black Trees. A few survivors of the slaughter there remember a single Genfathan archer raining arrows on the Duke's forces, holding them back while the villagers of Godog fled. As flames swept the fields and spread to the trees, arrows flew still from beneath the blanket of smoke. God damn. That said, this cool story, bro. Bo is still really kind of vanilla. I don't know. I guess I would have thought that it would have also done some additional, like, lightning damage or whatnot. Frost or something. Knock people down that they critically hit. Take your pick. That's kind of my problem with a lot of the weapons in this, and I know that, you know, that's kind of a thing when it comes to a whole lot of TTRPG-based games in general. But at least each of the weapons sometimes felt like they actually had
You could fit a whole
some other sort of personality to them. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but like most of the effects of... Wait, what? A distant relative of Nerid has arrived at the stronghold requesting they be freed in exchange for coin. He was nearly set upon by brigands, but your patrols intervened. Man, that guy is ending up being more trouble than he's worth at this point. I don't know, the stories behind the different weapons are neat. But most of the time, the effects are just kind of meh. And I think that mostly just lends to the system itself. Philomena is no longer a problem. Here's her head. I have to wonder what gets into kids like her. Glad to hear the matter is done with. Here's a bounty. Captain Mauruma Ruby has been dealt with. I had to wager a valiant sea captain singing your praises right about now. Well, here you are, as promised. Ghislaine's slaving days are over. I brought his head. That's a piece of news that ought to help quite a few souls sleep a little better. Hope it brings our client some peace. Here's the payment. Sweet. Closer we to a level after all that. I swear, they do put these bounties things in here just to make it so as we get a little bit more experience. Especially with how this game's system works when it comes to experience points and whatnot. I don't know. It's a neat system, but it definitely sometimes feels like there's no room for actual growth of the character through just combat, which is fine, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and save, call an episode. When we return, we'll actually go to Twin Elms proper-like and start exploring around there because, you know, that's kind of been the thing we've been trying to do. I like these bounties things. Just shut up. I like the bounties. Thank you, everyone, so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.